Hey Taurus, welcome to my channel. This is Venus Baby Tarot, and today I'm just going to give you a message from Spirit and see what comes out for you. I hope that you're all well, and if you were looking for a personal session, you can book in my scheduler down below. And if you like my content, I really do hope that you like and subscribe. So let's go ahead and see what your overall theme for this reading is going to be. Okay, we got 2 cards for your theme. So, oh wow. Okay, so you have the first house and you have Aries energy, which it is Aries season. You could be dealing with an Aries in your life. Let's kind of move these over a little bit. Or you are dealing with Aries type energy. Of course, we do have the eclipse that is coming up, the total solar eclipse that will be in Aries. So, you know, I'm wondering if this is going to end up being an eclipse reading. So we'll just kind of see what happens, how this unfolds for you. So let's go ahead and get some oracle messages out on the table, and then we'll get your tarot out. So let's see here. So the North Node is in Aries, and the new moon eclipse is going to be in Aries. What else is in Aries right now? Yes, Mercury retrograde is in Aries. Yeah, and so is Chiron. I do believe that is it, but I would have to go and look. Okay, so you have courage coming out for you. Sometimes I struggle to remember what's going on in the stars. Okay, these cards do not want to shuffle. Okay, wow. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and take this one. You have fearless, because that was like 6 cards. Then you have childhood wounds, okay, and that would definitely be like the Chiron energy, I feel. Divine intervention. And then we're going to come over here. I'm going to get the last one with the coffee cards, coffee oracle cards. You have husband marriage with the wheel on the bottom of the deck. Interesting. So for some of you, you could be dealing with an Aries man, for instance. So let's go ahead and get your tarot out on the table. Let's see. I mean, I definitely see that you're being guided to overcome something in your life. You know, there's a childhood wound that's present here. I mean, I'm definitely getting that this has to do with a lack of courage, you know, being your most authentic self, stepping out into the limelight, allowing yourself to be seen, because you're dealing with first house energy here, which is your individuality. It is your self-image right here. You know, it is how you allow other people to see you. And this eclipse is happening in Taurus's 12th house, for Taurus rising and Taurus, but obviously check your own chart to see what your rising sign is, to see where it is individually for you. But Taurus as a collective, or Taurus risings, this eclipse will be in your 12th house. So it is going to signify putting an end to something in your subconscious, in the shadows, and really starting fresh in a new direction. Look at that. Now we have the Wheel of Fortune, literally in a new direction. I definitely feel like you're going to be closing out a chapter in terms of how much energy you put into your childhood wounds. So we have the Hermit card here. I think that one's supposed to go there. All right. We have the Hermit, the 8 of Wands, the 3 of Cups, 4 of Pentacles, Chariot, Wheel of Fortune, 7 of Wands. You have the Queen of Pentacles. Absolutely love that. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, the 9 of Wands with the Ace of Pentacles, and then the Ace of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So some of you, like, legitimately could be getting, like, engaged or getting married. I know it's kind of that time of year anyway where people tend to to do that, oh, I forgot to get this bottom of the deck card. Okay, so these are all your bottom of the deck energies. You have gender identity. It doesn't necessarily have to be your gender identity. It could just be your identity, because we're dealing with the first house and Aries energy. So I am getting the sense that how you see yourself, how you move in the world could definitely be changing. Okay. So right here in your recent past, we have the Courage card with Hermit and the Chariot card. So this kind of tells me that something has been going on within you where you have been taking a time out to reflect, and maybe just allowing the messages to come to you in terms of what direction you're supposed to be taking in your life. Because the Chariot card, there can be two paths, right? And I feel like you could be sort of on the fence in your life in terms of what direction you want to take. And rather than seeking answers from other people, which, I mean, you can be seeking answers from wise counsel with the Hermit card, but I am seeing this more in terms of like you going within, you taking some time out for yourself. I mean, this could mean that you're going out and you're just going to be in nature, you're taking hikes, you are gardening, you are painting, you are just focused on things that put you in the zone. It can even be exercising. But I mean, with the Hermit energy, I don't really see a lot of like strenuous movement. However, with the Chariot card, there could be. But for the most of you, I'm really getting the sense that you're just like taking a time out and just being, you know, in a Zen state of mind so that you can figure out the answer to what is blocking you or stopping you from having the courage to open the door right here and move forward in your life. Because I am getting the sense, and I've been feeling this for Taurus, that you have been feeling this pull, okay, in your life to do something different, make a change. But I am getting the sense that, you know, it's been a bit of a challenge, and it could be because of the fact that where you are in your life, you are, you know, you've really established a space in your life or a position in your life. And, you know, to make a change in a different direction might ruffle some feathers or shock some people, or maybe you're just afraid that not everybody's going to be on board with the direction that you're going. But I am getting the sense that you know that this is the wisest decision for you. And I mean, for some of you, you could still be dealing with this. Like, this may be in your recent past energy, but that doesn't mean that it's not still leaking into the present, okay? You are being called to be fearless. You are being called to step into your power. Because I get the sense that the movement that you're going to be making in your life with this 8 of Wands and this Chariot card is absolutely like 500% where you're supposed to go in your life. Like, I really get that. Because what I'm feeling for you, Taurus, is I'm feeling like you just feel different as a person. Like, you just feel different. And we've been talking about that in recent readings where, you know, I feel like you have been noticing that the things that you have wanted in your life over the past several years or the past decade are no longer the things that you want for yourself anymore. And I mean, the Aries eclipse is in your 12th house can, like I was saying before, it can really put you in this energy of, you know, how do I put this? Because especially whenever it was the full moon eclipse, like putting you in this energy of realizing that something in you needed to shift and change. Like, you were ready to move in a new direction, but it was kind of like forcing you to really look at the subconscious, the childhood wounds, and just your blockages, your barriers, whatever is swimming around in your subconscious that stops you from progressing in your life. It was really putting you in the energy of reflecting on that, focusing on that, and dealing with that, okay? So that you can start a new chapter in your life, okay? And that's why you have all this energy right here that is kind of helping push you forward, okay? It's helping you to progress. Like, I'm getting the sense that whatever has been triggering you, and it's coming up in the near future, I feel like whatever has been triggering you and holding you back, I am getting the sense that you are starting to realize that you are ready to just barrel through it, okay? And it's going to be something it's going to be a decision that you make that is going to bring you a lot of joy and fulfillment and happiness. Three of Cups is the card of celebration, okay? Seven of Wands is the card of, standing up and defending yourself against all odds. It is overcoming adversity. It is overcoming obstacles, okay? And this is really just standing in your truest power, okay? And it can be a very defensive energy, and it can also be a protective energy, and it really depends on how I see it in a reading. But in this specific reading, I really see this as I am so tired of giving weight to what has been holding me back in my life, and I am just ready to be freaking fearless, okay? And regardless of how other people, this could be people in the workplace, this could be people in your family, your partner, your relationship, your marriage, your children, your parents, co-workers, friends, followers, subscribers, whatever. Regardless of what they may think, that this is the direction you're supposed to be going into. And I feel like those who are meant to go with you are going to go with you. Those who are meant to support you are going to support you. If you are being in the truest alignment of yourself and really, seriously, I feel like you've really recognized your individuality, who you are. And I feel like you are realizing what your passions are, where you're meant to go. Like, all of this has really come to fruition for you. And the people that are meant to be on your team as you move forward are the people that are meant to be on your team. And you cannot make people support your journey, but that's okay. That's okay, because it's your journey, right? You got the Wheel of Fortune here. Like, this is your journey. And it's a calling. I don't just think that it's a journey, it's a calling. Like, you have been called to do this because you have divine intervention. And this is your area of opportunity. And your area of opportunity can present the challenges that you need to overcome, okay? And it can also represent how do I put this? Like you kind of getting ahead of the game, like decisions that you can make or actions that you can take to get ahead of the challenge, okay? And so with the divine intervention here, the Four of Pentacles, I feel like obviously can be what you've been hanging on to for far too long, okay? How you've been holding yourself back, how you've been keeping yourself small. And with the divine intervention, this can be the universe sort of steps in and makes things uncomfortable for you, because that's kind of how divine intervention works, like the universe it will nudge you and nudge you and nudge you, and if you don't take action on it and you don't do it, like something will happen, a tower will happen that will make things uncomfortable for you, and then you sort of have no choice but to take action, you're just pushed into unknown territory, right? And I get, because this is the opportunity, you sort of have the choice to make things comfortable for yourself with the Queen of Pentacles. And this can be making things comfortable for yourself financially even. Like, you're being called to stop keeping yourself small, stop holding yourself back, okay? And really look at the ways in your life that you can progress, okay? That you can progress from a page to a knight, to a queen, to a king, to an emperor or an empress. How can you progress in your life? What action steps can you take? The divine intervention can also be about, intuitive insights, inspiration that's coming in for you. But you are being presented with opportunities that are a calling from the universe, that are spiritually guided from the universe, okay? So this is going to be an important time to pay attention. And look, this is so wild to me, because you have this commitment card right here on the bottom of the deck. There is definitely a serious commitment for some of you that is coming in. But before I get into that, I actually want to look a little bit more at the divine intervention. Tell me a little bit more about the divine intervention. You have the Eight of Pentacles, which actually kind of almost came out in reverse there. Interesting. Okay, so with the Justice card and the Eight of Pentacles almost in reverse, I'm going to kind of take it more as a sideways energy, which means I'm going to read it both ways. I feel like this movement, this progression in your life is not so much about putting your head down and working as hard as you possibly can, you know, to kind of make things happen in a certain way. I think that it's more progression on a spiritual level and how you see yourself, how you show up in the world. And also I feel like how you see how much you're worth and how much you deserve. Okay, because you have the Justice card here. And I definitely feel like with the Justice card can be all actions have consequences, right? Consequences can be positive or negative. Consequences don't always have to be bad, right? So it can be the things that you have done in the past are coming full circle for you because you have the Wheel of Fortune, okay? So the divine intervention can also be about like blessings that are coming your way, okay? And it's not necessarily something that you had to like, you know, that you have to like work your butt off for. It can really just be like the universe is saying, hey, you know, we've seen what you've done, okay? We've seen how far you've come in your life, and we want to bless you. We just want to bless you, okay? And with this Knight of, oh my gosh, look at this. Oh, look at the bottom of the deck. Okay, let me just get these. With the Knight of Swords, Page of Pentacles, and the Nine of Cups on the bottom of the deck, this kind of tells me it's like the news comes in, the conversations come in that are going to help you move forward in your life, and help you go from that Page of Pentacles to the Queen of Pentacles, okay? And it's going to help you. I feel like it's going to help you because if you have been pinching your pennies in your life, like you've been, you know, just trying as hard as you can to conserve and, you know, gather as many resources as you possibly can just to stay afloat, okay? Like things just have not been truly abundant. I get the sense that like this divine intervention, this new opportunity that comes your way, or just a spiritual opportunity that comes for you, is going to help bring things to balance for you in finances. Now, if you've been holding yourself back in love and relationships because we have this love, you know, this relationship energy over here, if you've been holding yourself back because of painful experiences that didn't work out or people who did not put in effort for you, I feel like you're going to be seeing a person in your life who really wants to show up for you and is really like loving, caretaking, nurturing, stable, could even be financially stable, and this person is so willing to invest in you, okay? Because as we come over here, you have this husband, marriage, groom energy with the Nine of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. And I feel like this is going to take you out of these wounds that we were talking about. Like this is a fresh new opportunity in your life. Now, the marriage card can just also be about like, you know, a commitment, like a new commitment that comes your way, or you committing to a goal in your life that you haven't been because you have lacked the courage, right? But I feel like this fearless energy is basically you deciding, like, I haven't had the courage before, but I sure do now. And I'm going to go for this opportunity in my life. I'm going to push past my childhood wounds right here. And that's what you're going to do. And then look at this golden coin that comes your way. You know, this that really, I feel, kind of solidifies the benefits and, you know, the stability that will come in for you as a result of you just being fearless and taking that first step. And sometimes that's all we need. Like sometimes that's all that we need to do, okay, is to have this intuitive insight and inspiration that comes down from the universe above, you know, that tells us take action, do this thing, push past your own blockages, stop holding yourself back, be fearless, and then boom, the universe is like, look, we watched you do it, we watched you show us, the universe, right, how much you really want this, and now we're going to bring things into balance for you, and we're going to bless you. You know what I mean? And I love that. And look, this Ace of Pentacles, And this Wheel of Fortune here, this is blessing energy. This is good, feeling good type of energy. And I feel like, okay, for some of you, and I have to say this because this gender identity card came out, for those of you who have been feeling like you are starting to really question your gender identity, okay? This could really be about you finding the courage to transition, okay? And this is an LGBTQ safe space, so if you don't like it, I'm sorry, okay? I'm going to talk about these things if they come out, absolutely. But for those of you that does not apply, I feel like this is just about your self-identity or your self-image, how you see yourself, how you allow other people to see you, how you show up in the world. Something is going to be shifting for you, okay? And I think that if you have been feeling in your life like really meek and withheld and not allowing people to see you, and you're really quiet and you're really shy and you don't share your ideas or you don't speak up in class or in meetings or you don't put yourself out on social media even though you have something that is really special that you could offer to people, etc., 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 I do get the sense that something is stirring up in you in where you're going to be fearless enough to take that action and put yourself out there and make a change and shift the way that you are around other people, okay? Because I do get the sense that the way that you see yourself is changing significantly, okay? And it is bringing you blessings in your life. And I think that the reason why it's bringing you blessings in your life is because you're no longer giving a lot of weight to your wounds and the things that hold you back. You are instead being more in alignment with your most authentic self, and the universe hears that. The universe hears it, and then because you're in alignment with your most authentic self, the things that you dream of or the things that you hope for, or the goals that you've been trying to achieve are now in alignment with you, okay? And that's why you have that justice energy, okay? Like that's balance, that's alignment. So let's go ahead and I got to be honest with you, because you have this groom, marriage, commitment, Ace of Pentacles. I've been seeing this for Taurus pretty frequently lately. Like there could definitely be quite a few of you that could be getting engaged or married, okay, in the near future. Not for everybody, obviously, but I mean, I'm really seeing, you could be putting an end to your single life and you are about to progress in a relationship. Okay, so I definitely got to say that. For many of you, though, could be new love, could be new job opportunities as well. Okay, so let's get you a closing oracle message. Taurus, look at that. I knew that card was going to come out. Abundance. Like, I knew that card was going to come out. Just, it was on the bottom of the deck when I first picked up the deck. And I just started shuffling, and look at that. And then you have life purpose and relationships on the bottom of the deck. But I am going to get one more because I just saw those, so I felt like they were supposed to come out. All right. And then we have soul healing. This is freaking amazing. This is absolutely amazing. Like, it just makes me so happy because I feel like you could even have like relationships that are improving. Like there can be new people that are coming in your life, like you're making new friends, and you may have recently had people who have left your life with, the eclipses in your 12th house. Okay. Again, like I said, you can look at your personal chart to see where, what your rising sign is. But Taurus as a collective, it's in your 12th house with the Aries eclipses, okay? But anyway, and so you could have had people that have left your life in the last 6 months, and now you have new people that are going to be coming in to your life as a result of the new moon eclipse on April 8th, okay? So anyway, but I feel like these are going to be very fruitful relationships, very abundant, very happy, definitely some healing relationships for you. Okay. Now I also feel like you have this abundance here, obviously, for you, and you have this life purpose. Like I said before, the life purpose energy is you waking up, you realizing who you are, what your self-image is, how you see yourself, how you identify, etc., etc. You decide to walk through that door. You finally have the courage to walk through that door. You're fearless, right? And it's like abundance sort of just follows, okay? Because I feel like you're putting in because you remember how we were talking about, I don't know, like if you've all been watching me since the beginning of the year, but the imagery that I had given for the number 8 year, which this right here is the number 8, was what we put into the universe comes back to us, right? Because with the infinity symbol. And so I feel like what you could be putting into the universe right now, or even in the recent past, is, the energy of aligning with your most authentic and true version of yourself, right? And so what is coming back to you is the things that match that align with that truest version of you, right? Okay. And so something about you stepping into your life purpose, and we have many life purposes. We have life purposes in, who we are and how we help other people and the careers that we have, and whatever the extracurriculars that we have, relationships that we have. Like, we have lots of life purposes, but there is something that you have been called to do. Okay, just period. All right. And so anyway, abundance is following suit. I feel with this life purpose energy and this realization and this fearlessness to walk through that door and be that version of yourself. Okay. So soul healing, whatever's been holding you back. And like, seriously, I feel like you could have been just putting band-aids on bullet wounds, for so long in your life. And I feel like you got to a point, or you are going to be getting to a point where you are no longer willing to just, kind of, I feel like, pacify yourself or just cover it up for a little bit, or maybe do a little bit of healing, a little bit of acknowledgement, but not really actually addressing the issue. I feel like you're not going to be doing that anymore. And now I feel like you're going to be facing it, head on and deciding. Because, to be honest with you, and I just feel like I'm maybe rambling a little bit, but I feel like we can stay on our healing journeys forever and ever and ever and ever. The healing is never really done in life, but like our actual healing journey, where we're saying we're on our healing journey, like that can last forever and ever and ever. Like, it really can. And I think that, at some point we have to, and I don't want to say have to, because everybody's different, but for me, I'm just going to say for me personally, I got to a point where I was like, okay, I've been on my healing journey and focused on my healing for so long. Like, I'm filling up 10 journals a year, really diving in, taking an honest look at myself, doing all the healing work, the therapy, the Reiki healing, the shadow work, the mirror work. Like, I did all of that for so long. And I finally just realized that I was tired of healing and that I just wanted to live. Okay, like I just wanted to focus on living. I wanted to focus on finding moments of joy, right? And, and I feel like you may have been sort of focusing on things, or trying to focus on things, putting band-aids on things, acknowledging things here and there, and maybe just kind of prolonging this healing journey. And I feel like, look, I got to show you, because forgiveness is on the bottom of the deck. And maybe that was just part of it. Like, honestly, part of it is just that there was a need to forgive people in your life and just let it go so you can live your life. And so I am getting the sense here that there is some sort of major shift that's happening for you in terms of how much weight you give to your childhood or your past wounding. And you're deciding instead, like, I just want to focus on glowing, shining, living my life like I was just talking about, because I had that experience, and perhaps maybe that aligns with some of you. If that doesn't, it can just be that, something is shifting in you where you are feeling the most healed that you have felt in a long, long time, if ever. Okay. So that's what I have for you. I hope that this helps somebody, and I love you guys so much, and I will see you next time, and bye for now.